Will jump in because he a little bit more. That's a little bit more his.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Black Wall Street, former by name Greenwood neighborhood in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where in the early 20th century, African Americans had created a self sufficient, prosperous business district, you guys. And this is what us at Hop On is trying to recreate exactly what they had. The term Black Wall Street was used until the Tulsa Race Massacre that took place in 1921. And the name has been applied more generally to districts of the Black American high economic activity.
Well, see, you broke it down. So if we go back and look at what made them, come together as a unit,
Mm-hmm.
it was segregation at that time. They didn't want us in their restaurants and their stores,
Right.
putting us on the back of the bus. Everything. They kind of dictate how we move.
Right.
But one thing about black people, we resilient.
Absolutely. Talented.
Yes.
We're going to always find a way and move forward and come out bigger and better. And that's what they did.
So yeah. So once they put our back up against the wall, like most of the time they do us, we came out. We came out of it. And we wasn't even swinging because they were swinging. We came out ducking, showing that a good duck and bobbing and weaving. You could do anything. And what happened was they got their own land. They started building, helping each other build. See,
Yes.
back then it was a team thing.
And when he say own land, meaning like every single store in this city was Black owned, from the grocery stores, barbershops, the movie theaters, performing theaters, pharmacies. Everything was literally Black owned.
Yes.
And that's what put the fear in
you know
the neighbors.
Yeah. I mean, other ethnic groups.
Yes.
At that time. So once the businesses start building up and they helping each other, they start thriving. I mean, you saw it. You saw the wealth. You saw the generational wealth. You saw the money stay in the community. 4, 5, 6 times before it even left. And that's what they didn't want, even though they knew they didn't think it was going to happen. Because they felt like we wasn't that smart.
Right.
They always felt like we're not that smart. But when we did that, it showed them how smart we are.
Yes.
And the only way that you could have kind of, beat us at our own game is pretty much setting us up. And what they did.
But what now that I think about the situation, it's just I find it crazy that nobody has ever tried to recreate this again. It's been so long.
Fear.
Why hasn't nobody ever tried to recreate Black Wall Street?
Fear. It's just like anything else. They control the media, they control the TV, they control the radios, they control the narrative, and everything they do about us is fear. That's how they conquer us, is fear. If you tell them, like with the COVID, if you tell them older people that they're gonna die, get sick, their health, the older people feel like, okay, we tell that to the older people, they're gonna get fearful, and what's gonna happen is it's gonna separate us, because the younger youth not going. If you go back to it, they was like, it's going to affect the older people and not the younger people.
Right.
So what happened was they scared the older people first, and they try to conquer it through them like that. All this is it's a game of fear, and if you know how to use your own mind, do your own research, you can overcome what they have been doing to us. And I feel like still as a community, we still not there yet. Still not there. They're still fearing us.
I think they are definitely counting on the fear that they and what they did back in 1921 to kind of keep people from trying to do this again. So, are you afraid?
I wake up every morning, and the only thing I'm afraid of is the man upstairs. That's it. And when I say afraid of him, it's not that my afraid is I don't honor him in the way that he honors me. I don't respect him in the way he respects me.
I don't think anybody does. I don't think nobody can match that type of love.
So I'm never afraid of whatever outcome is. I believe if it's my time, then he was ready for me. That means I gave up all the information that I can give up, and I was used to do everything I supposed to do in that particular time. But I'm never afraid of someone coming to us or trying to take us out because of what we're trying to push.
Right.
Um, because one thing about what we doing with Hop On, that means you got to kill all of us, right? Because all of us know the same thing. And that's the great thing about what we pushing over here. It's not that I know more than you or you know more than me. It's really about each one teach one.
Right. It's definitely a collective. Um, Here at Hop On, and what we're trying to do is educate. If everybody is on the same note, then can't nobody break you. Can't nobody stop you from doing what you're going to do. And like you said, it's going to continue. Even if you cut the head off, it will continue. And so that's what we're trying to educate you guys with.
And I think educating ourselves with it is big. But no one is going to come back and save us.
No.
You know, we got to save ourselves, right? And with that being said, you know, we got to be our own king and queens in our own households. And once we come out the household, we got to be there for our community. Once other people see you doing it, you know, they jump on board. Right. But they got to take the first. Right. You know, always go back to who gonna be the first. Right. We wasn't the first.
No.
But our ancestors pushed the door open for us to come behind them. And we don't have to recreate the wheel. The wheel was already created for us, how they did it. Right. Buying land and coming together, helping each other and keeping the money in the community. And that's how they thrive. The smart thing was desegregation hit. Once desegregation hit, that we felt like we should have been at the table with them, right? So then that's when we go now, don't support our own people no more.
Right.
We go support their stores.
Right.
Right. So now what happens, how do we fall down? By giving our money away to others that's not going to put back in your neighborhood.
At all.
That's not going to care about your kids or your education or your health. You know, so that's how it happened. So the decline was we taking our money out the neighborhood, giving it to the other ethnic groups that don't even care about us. But they were smart enough to say, they thriving, y'all. How can we stop that? Now we have to stop it by destroying it. Once you destroy it, then now they got to come back to us to buy. Even though we rebuilt it, right? It still wasn't like it was in the beginning, you know? So even when we rebuilt it, it started thriving, but it wasn't thriving to the same magnitude that was before, because it's like we felt like, okay, we belong. So belonging, we still giving them our money.
Right.
And that's what happened to us. So that's how I felt like we fell down, and it's still trending today. You know, them other ethnic groups, like, you got to open your mind. If you go to Africa, where do you think them Africans sending their money back to? Their homeland, their motherland. Right. You know, the Koreans, the Asians, the Arabs. It's real. Like, you don't got to take it from me. That's why we always talk about research.
Right.
Just research it. Watch where they send their money at. They send their money home back to their country to take care of their kids, their education, to take care of their hospitals, the schools. That's what we're trying to do here. You know, with Hop-On, it's building our own cities by buying land, building our own cities. And you can research it. I ain't going to get too much up.
I don't even got to research it because I already know it's going to happen. Yeah. Like you said, it may not be in your lifetime or my lifetime. No, it's going to be in our lifetime. Yeah. But well, I could just see it's going to happen.
Well, it's already happening. Listen, we own our own shopping center now. We buying land now. It's hands-on. It's every day. We doing it every day. So again, yes, it's going to happen. Now, how far we go on this, you know, is yet to be seen. But it can go as far as we continue to teach.
Right.
You know, everybody ain't going to jump on.
Hence the importance of schools. If we could get a school with our own curriculum and start when they're young, we'll be unstoppable.
It's the education of it. It's the education of teaching our culture, teaching our history. You know, we wake up every day and I think we forget about the people who died for us. You know?
Or even think about them, period.
Right.
You wake up every day. That's not, maybe Black History Month, you might think about it. But other than that, you're not thinking about it. Even as a Black person, you're not thinking about it every day.
One thing for me, I'm conscious of all the people that died before me for a cause, for us to be where we at today. For that cause, like that's deep. When you think about that's deep.
It is.
It's a lot of people. And the graveyard, I always ask, where do you think the richest place is in America? I always say, where's the richest place at? Right? That's the graveyard. Right? Why would you say the graveyard?
I'm not going to say because of like the jewelry and stuff. I'm just going to say maybe because of the wisdom that died with it. Did I hit it?
That's right.
Okay. That's right. I knew you was going to try to be deep with it.
All that wisdom, all them ideas died, you know, before their time, you know, because we don't, in that grave, we got presidents, lady president, man president, we got Congress, we got lawyers, we got doctors, we got architects, we got engineers. You know, we have all them people there that had a vision or idea, but never had a chance to blossom it.
The stuff that we take for granted today.
Yes. You know,
like, can you imagine waking up and not being able to do the simplest of things like walk on the sidewalk next to a white person? Like, we take that stuff for granted, but that was actually in effect about 60 years ago.
Yes.
And that's insane because I can't imagine.
You know, what people don't know, the same shopping center that we bought that's black owned right here, right now today, this was a white neighborhood. Couldn't even come past a certain boundary in this particular neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
And that's the history, you know, that I get into about understanding where we're going, what we're trying to do. So I say, they say, don't look behind you. You know, like, you know, you hear good speakers say, man, ain't nothing in the back. I still look in the back. I look in the back because it helped me remember the suffering, the killing. It helped me remember where I came from. You know, I'm not going back, but I'm going back and thought and process saying, man, no wonder this happened. This is why I need to do this.
Right, exactly. It kind of gives you an edge up on what to do different.
Yeah, that rearview mirror is deep. Like that rearview mirror is what, you know, if you ask God for wisdom, He give it to you. You ask God for you know, courage and, you know, strength, He's going to put you in a position that you're going to have to be strong in it and get the wisdom. So when people say don't look in your rearview mirror, I still look in it. I still look in it because it keep me grounded. Remember where I came from when 9 of us in a 1 bedroom, when my mother was on food stamps and the welfare, someone kicked my dad out the house. See, that stuff helped me today. So
that plays into that. What's that movie, Claudine?
Oh, definitely.
That will definitely tell you how they further try to separate the black family, because you can't even be there or bring an extra appliance in your house without them threatening to take away what little bit of assistance they choose to give you.
That's why H.O.P.O.N is important, so that we can teach our black culture. Not that we don't love our other cultures. I want people to understand it. Not that we, you know, don't respect them and love them.
Right.
But nobody gonna love us like us. Right. And that's what I believe. We gotta love on each other. You know what I'm saying? And once you learn to love on each other, it's okay. You know, like they love on each other, and they teach each other. They teach each other about the banks and the banking system and credit. They teach you about that. You know, that's why if you look at all these things open, who do you think own them?
Right.
Right. So, you know, when we got to go ahead and try to get a little loan, it's hard to get it. You know, they only going to give us that little bit.
Right.
Nothing to, you know, to make them scared that we ready going here. We need 100 million to build our city. They ain't gonna give us that 100 million. They're gonna find a way to not give us that 100 million.
I don't have the exact statistics, but something had came across my Instagram feed where this politician was talking about how they have a budget for small businesses, but 96% of that budget they upfront allocate to white men. Black and women is like less than 6% that they either give any money to, and they say even then it's still a struggle for you to even get it. So we kind of, that is what we're trying to do, eliminate having to get these government handouts, because once you get these government handouts, you're stuck in their laws and their system and their ways, And their ways is really not to look out for us. Their ways is to look out for their people and themselves.
But you gotta remember, in the beginning, going to them to get their money, you're already looking out for them. So that's that percentage. That's the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need our own banking system. That's what H.O.P.O.N is here to do, to buy the land so we can have our own banking system. Like, this is real for us. This is not a game to us, where we're not out here just looking to collect money. Because everything we're doing is off our own money. That's the thing about this. We doing it our own funding.
I think about the generation one or two away from us from now and them going online and looking at our podcast, which is going to look so old to them.
Right.
But them, like how we looked at the documentaries and how we got inspired by the people before us, I just think about how they will be inspired to continue to do what we are trying to do. What we're trying to do is very big, and not saying that it's going to be easy, but I feel like they going to definitely continue where we left off.
Definitely. That's my mom used to teach me. You gotta remember something. You might not kick the door open. Just get it cracked. Do your part. Get it cracked. Black Wall Street got it cracked. Now we gotta figure out to open it a little more.
Right.
The next generation after me and you gotta find out how to open it a little more. And then that opening a little more gets us all together on that platform of helping. Right. And it's funny you said that, because they're gonna go back and look at this. So I always say, I want to be wealthy. Right. I always talk about wealth. What you just said is wealth, like knowledge. It ain't the money I'm looking for. It's the wealth of educating and teaching other people how to do it. That's my wealth. That's my happiness. People say, what makes you happy? Like, making sure that I do my part for the Lord and giving an education, giving wealth back of knowledge, so that we can continue on our journey. Because you remember, we 500 years behind.
Yeah, right.
So, that catching up is hard.
Right. And even now, it's like smoke and mirrors, because it seemed like we're able to do any and everything we want now versus what they were allowed to do back then. But we are not.
We still don't handcuff.
We're still in the same position. We just a little bit more glamorous with it now.
Yes.
But nothing has changed.
Yes. And that's the thing. When we talk about Black Wall Street, just hop on. Helping our people out now. That's what it's about. Black Wall Street, building businesses. Teaching entrepreneurs how to create wealth. Teach them how to, make sure customer service, and like all that. All that is, business plan, financially stability, everything we could think about, making sure their website is done, the simplest things. So we tell the vendors, you ain't ready yet. And a lot of them, I'm ready. But as soon as you give them that key to that store, they fumbling the ball. And that's what we don't want. That's what we tired of, because once you go into these, shopping centers that's owned by other than blacks, you're going to get that sheriff to knock at your door and put your stuff out.
Absolutely.
And we don't want that to happen. So let's educate us on how to get this business structured. And that's, and that's great, because that's your space. Yeah. You're good at your space.
And I love to do what I do. I love being able to make people's dreams come true. I love being able to, like I said, even if you don't end up in our shopping center, the value of knowing business means you won't be able to get cheated out no matter where you go. And that's the key thing. If y'all don't sign up for anything else, sign up for the business resources. Yes. Learn your business. Get your business where it needs to be, whether it's, what is it called? Within good standing, your bank accounts, banking with the right people, having all your licenses and registration in order. Like, you really have to know the difference between a business and a hobby. And if your paperwork and stuff is not in order, let's be honest, it's a hobby.
Right. It's all that, just like what you were saying, you're Dun and Bradstreet. How to use your business credit, how to get your business credit, to where you need to be, because business credit and personal credit is different.
Yeah.
800 credit score over here, it don't go like that.
Or to be able to purchase your car off of your business credit instead of your personal credit. Yeah. Or let's just take it off of the business, just learning the value of people with property. Right. So I was at a funeral the other day, and my cousin was telling me how their family, we had houses in Randolph Street. Ours already sold, but it was another one that we had, and it was a corner row house. So you already know, corner anything is everything. They sold the house for something nowhere near worth than what they put it up for. But it's like, why sell it?
Mhm.
That's my thing. Like, we have to learn that we don't have to give up our property. We don't have to sell our businesses. Just keep it in the family. You know what I'm saying? So they flipping that house for $1.5 million. Oh my God! And the pictures, it's just absolutely amazing, laid out and everything. But it's like, why not keep that? Why not pass it on to your children or your grandchildren, or just rent it out, but keep it as a way of making additional income? And that's the thing that I just really don't like. I just feel like you said, once your elders die, people don't want the responsibility of taking over the house or looking after this and that. So the first thing they want to do is sell it and fight over the money that they get from it.
But again, here we go. That's the history of toxic. When they didn't teach us certain things to our parents, we now grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
So when they didn't teach us or get us ready for that, they didn't teach us about life insurance, what to do with it. They didn't teach us about property, what to do with it. What that comes back to financial literacy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not educated on that, I can't be mad at you because you're not educated. But if you was educated, you would know how to do things different.
Mm-hmm.
See, what happens is the unknown, you're scared of the unknown. You're scared to ask that question about, how can I do this? What can I do? How can I save the house? How can I spend this money? They taught us how to spend the money the wrong way.
Exactly.
You see, so
the first thing you're
there
gonna
you
get
go.
is jewelry,
There you go.
clothes,
Right.
shoes,
There we go.
purses,
Right.
go on vacation,
There you go.
stamp for the gram, do
So
all that
yeah.
stuff.
So you want to be Santa Claus. So
Mm-hmm.
when Christmas comes, you want to go run to the store and buy all them gifts on this fake holiday.
Mm-hmm.
On Mother's Day, you want to go to this fake holiday
Mm-hmm.
and spend all the money on your mother. See, understand that we are conditioned
Mm-hmm.
to run that they create. Now remember something, they create anything I'm telling you, do the history on it. They created these things because they know you love your mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
You love your mother, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So what you gonna do?
I'm gonna buy something for my mom.
There we go. Right? You're gonna go to the store, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they conditioned to know this is what you're gonna do
Uh-huh.
once they create it. Valentine's Day is every day. Christmas is every day. These holidays that they make up, you gotta say, why do they do this to us?
To monopolize on the money. But y'all, the biggest example of what Tub is saying is Juneteenth. Juneteenth been around forever. Only black people was celebrating it. Ain't nobody else recognize it. But then all of a sudden this year, you got the decorations in Walmart, you got the decorations in Target, and it's all of a sudden everywhere where they're trying to monopolize on Juneteenth. We ain't asked for that. Just let us have our holiday.
Man, listen, in a sense, it's still not our holiday. We don't own nothing, right? No factories, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So even going to spend your money, where you think you're going? What culture you spending your money with?
People.
So again, the importance of H.O.P.O.N is to buy black.
Mm-hmm.
The importance is to buy the land, own it, build it.
Mm-hmm.
Not just businesses. We're talking about affordable housing.
Right.
We're talking about a banking system.
Right.
We're talking about grocery stores,
Mm-hmm.
healthy produce. We're talking
Mm-hmm.
about farming.
Mm-hmm.
When you're talking about doing these things, you're talking about now hundreds of jobs.
Right.
So don't say, oh, H.O.P.O.N trying to do this and this what it's about. It's about every little increment detail.
Exactly.
If we buy the land, we have to hire a black architect, a black engineer, a plumber, an electrician, a land surveyor, a boundary surveyor, all these things. Now you get to hire
Mm-hmm.
people.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So now you just created jobs.
Exactly.
So let's go a little further. Now, once you do that with the land,
Mm-hmm.
now you got the builders. Now the
build it.
builders gonna come in and gonna need the plumbers, the architects, the electricians,
Construction workers,
So now
pickup trucks, all dump trucks, everything. And that's what I think. I need people to look at H.O.P.O.N. Don't look at H.O.P.O.N. and Poor Man Shark Tank as just people hosting vendor fairs. because we are so much more than that. Like the vision is so much bigger than that. And once you actually sit down, listen to our podcast we have, and do our research on what we're about, you will see it goes way beyond a poor man Shark Tank vendor fair.
Yes.
That is literally just our initiative to put Black people and Black owned businesses in a Black storefront.
Right.
But the goal is way bigger than that.
It's so big. And again, what you said is so, until we get to a certain level with this,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you're going to see
Right.
people call.
Right.
They wouldn't
Gotta
call
gain
her,
traction.
they wasn't calling Oprah Winfrey in the beginning. Oprah Winfrey was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't calling her. But right now, Oprah Winfrey called you, say, "Come on, you're going to run."
But that's the thing. That's where we have to be different than Oprah. Because what is Oprah doing for us? Absolutely nothing.
You know. So let's go back and do the history of Oprah.
Right.
What I'm saying is, once you take the money,
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of selling your soul,
Right.
right? And that's something that we are not trying to do, is take the money. So that's why we talk about Black dollar, Black businesses, Black banking system, Black banking system. Because if we have our own banking system,
Mm-hmm.
we can borrow from our own banks. We don't mind paying a percentage back to our own banks. Why? Because they're giving back to the schools, the community.
Mm-hmm.
They allowing you to have, we don't need no more basketball players. We don't need, it's okay that they're going to be born and come, but we need more, congressmen, and we need more
Doctors,
doctors,
lawyers,
that
firefighters.
understand us,
Mm-hmm.
that understand us. And the only way that works is we build our own hospital
Mm-hmm.
and put in place the president Black,
Mm-hmm.
making sure they understand the medicine that we need for us.
Yes.
If you go back to the 1800s, how do you think they was living? They was living off the ground. They was living off the earth.
Yeah.
God created earth,
Mm-hmm.
right? God didn't create the medicine for you to go in there and tamper with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why back in them days, you can go to a tree or a leaf and you can cure a disease.
I definitely think it's imperative for us to have our own hospital, especially for Black women. Black women are the highest rate of race that dies during childbirth. We are ignored in healthcare. We are not seen in healthcare. We are taken as jokes in healthcare. And imagine having our own Black-owned hospital.
I can imagine all of it. I imagine, because that's what we're doing at H.O.P.O.N.
Mm-hmm.
It's and the thing about what we're doing, we meeting so many different people.
Yes.
That's just so inspired and encouraged about what we're doing. So it just, in life, the most important thing the most important thing is what? Patience. We have to be patient. We have to walk
Mm-hmm.
and go in every door that God opens for us, regardless
Mm-hmm.
of what you think. It's about being patient.
Right.
And it's like, that's how we get to where we need to get to, by being patient, talking, meeting people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's special, your connection.
Yeah, because once you really talk to people, they could be selling one thing but have talents in so many other things. Like it, that's the one thing I do love about going out to these pop-ups every weekend. The people that we meet, listening to their stories. You know me, I'm usually quick with it, but having you out there has told me to slow down, talk more, engage more, and you really get to see people and hear people's struggles, what people really want in the long run, why they're actually out here doing these pop-up events. I will say COVID sucked, but COVID during the 2-3 years that we had COVID, I think they said we Black women opened up, I think 30% more businesses overall during this. So I think it was a great thing at the end of the day.
Well, you know, it all of it was good. It's bad and good. In the sense that we lost a lot of people
Yeah.
from this propaganda. We lost a lot of people, but you know, the people that we lost, we can't let them go in vain. We got to
Right.
do the best part we can do. That's why the hospital is important. What you
Mhm.
talk about, the FDA, all that stuff, man. That's still them controlling it.
It made me feel like that people going through this, being in the house and stuff. It made people realize what their potential really could be. When you sitting in the house and you ain't working, or you've been furloughed or fired or whatever the case may be, and you trying to figure out what's next, it really make you realize, dang, I've been working for people my whole life and get nothing out of it. And I could really do this on my own. It's not
It's not
yours.
true. You can't even.
While
Listen,
we were struggling at home, them people was fine.
listen. I want the audience to listen to this. This is real important. This how they make us look bad in our kids' eyes. You're a single mom. Got 2 kids. When you work for them and your kids are in school, but you use your leave, right? Now you can't even go to the PTA meetings.
Right.
Now you can't show up for your kids like they need you to.
No activities,
right?
No nothing.
So what happens? You're a bad mom. You're a bad parent, right? And your kids are disappointed. See, remember they're young, so they're disappointed. Mom, you keep telling them you're gonna come, you don't come, but they're not knowing because they don't understand life. That boss told me I can't come. Right. So what you're doing, you're painting a picture to my kid to look at your mom in a different way. That means my mom not supportive, right? No, that don't mean your mom supportive. It means that your mom got to work under these laws and conditions to keep food on your table, clothes on your back, and then you keep going back and giving a white man like Santa Claus the praise. No, y'all don't tell them kids that Santa Claus ain't you.
I always put from mommy.
Right?
We don't believe in Santa Claus in my house.
Santa Claus, how you coming down that tree? How you coming down that chimney? Like, right? We don't even have a chimney. What you mean? I ain't grow with a chimney. Like I didn't live like that. You know what I'm talking about, Frank? So I'm hard on saying, telling my no, Santa Claus, that lady right there, which is your mother.
Yeah.
That man right there, which is your dad. You know what I'm talking about? Your grandmother, your grandfather. See, that's what we have to get back. So we got to understand, it's systemized, set up for us to look bad in that young man's eye, right, by going to work for other people, right? Instead of saying, let me go and start my life in my business myself, so that at the end of the day, when you go to the carryout, we all went to a carryout before, and then you see the little young Chinese girl that's 5 or 6 years old, and you're like, look, ha, there's a joke, right? In your mind, you laughing about it. Look at her, she back there doing that thing, ha, but understand that they teaching this young lady. Then they leaving that particular store to her. Now she's 6 and 7 and don't understand what they teaching her, math, things like that, right? How to read, customer service. So no. So today I love that, Frank have his son with him working.
Yep.
That right there is important. It's not a game for me when I see that. Like that's important that young man, he might don't get it all right now. Granted, little Ling Ling didn't, right? But guess what? Frank is already teaching him entrepreneurship. And hopefully by the time another 2 years, we have enough businesses and owner that he can run his own business.
Right.
Because that's what we're talking about generational wealth. See, I don't want the money. Keep your money. The wealth for me is teaching. The wealth for me is teaching. And I get it, King. Yes, give you the money, right?
No, I wasn't even going to say that. I was just going to say I got 2 boys, but I'm leaving them lipstick.
Like the wealth. No, they not.
That's my generational wealth to them. My store. That's my store.
Well,
that's my generational wealth to them.
No, that's not. No, listen, to them 2 boys, they get more than that lipstick.
I mean, they get more than the lipstick, but that's my business that I have to leave to. It ain't my fault I got boys. Yeah. I mean, I don't want my business to die after me.
So we're going to definitely make sure they understand the lipstick, but you got to remember something. You already branding these businesses. You already owning these things. So they just get the residual from everything that from this point on that you put your hand on.
Right.
So that's what I love about you, and you got a lot to learn, but you learning so much. You know what I'm saying? Like going to school, if you went to school for 5 years to learn business development, to learn these things, right? 5 years, you still wouldn't be in a position you is today.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Like what that young man doing right there, he gonna kill him in school. Not kill, we're gonna use him. He destroyed them in school. Because they came out of school based on him with his hand. Like, just think about when you go to school. When you go to school, look and get a job, Frank, what they say? You don't have no experience. Man, I spent $300,000 to take this particular curriculum, right?
Exactly.
I never understood that. Listen, understand it. It's financially, they already putting you behind the 8 ball. Let me tell you that, because you're 300,000 in debt before you even start your career. Now, if by that time, that might discourage you to say, now I just need a job, right? So now you're not even going to that particular curriculum.
You speaking to my soul, because I got a year left, and I don't want to go back.
You see,
I don't want to go back. I'm not even lying. I'd rather just pay the 70,000 that I owe and just walk away from it.
That's what they systemize do this to us, Frank. And this is why this podcast, listen to this podcast, please listen to what we're saying. It's already systemized. You come out of college, you 5 years, they say you need experience, right? How? Well, then give me the chance to get that experience. If I just gave you 300,000, I should be walking out that college with a guaranteed job, Frank.
Yes.
And this is what H.O.P.O.N is presenting to their culture. When we build these schools, these hospitals, these factories, all these things we build, when you leave our college, you're gonna have a guaranteed job. You know what I'm talking about? When you leave the prison system, we're gonna give you a job. So this is what H.O.P.O.N is about, by building. You know what I'm talking about? So it's systemized, already structured for us to fail.
Right.
So now, giving you 5 years of experience by building these businesses, right? Now take the 5 years you getting over here building these businesses, opposed to taking 5 years to the education.
Right.
So if you ever look at the movie Trading Places, see, they put things in your face for you to laugh, but you're not even grasping what the education behind it is. I don't know if you've seen it. Trading Places with Eddie Murphy, and he was a bum.
No, I ain't see that.
I'm telling you, dropping you the jewels. Go look at that. What they did is bet, because Eddie Murphy didn't go to college, and they had this young man, white man, working with them, went to college, right? He thriving though. Don't get me wrong, the white man thriving. But they betted $1 that Eddie Murphy could not come in and take this Fortune 500, take this business to a Fortune 500 business. What you think Eddie Murphy did?
Did that.
He did that thing. See, Eddie Murphy come from already education. Understand that the streets already educating him.
Right, exactly.
He already faking like he ain't got no legs. So he already know how to maneuver in the boardroom. He maneuvering in world. The world is a boardroom, because he got to come in contact with different people, different ethnic groups. Understand, that's your boardroom. Life is your boardroom. Eddie Murphy took that business and thrived. Right now, the white man was mad because he was like, "Wow." Now they saying, and now Eddie Murphy bankrupt him. See, now he didn't just do that; he bankrupt
now I'm gonna
him.
go home and watch that, because I ain't seen it.
Yeah, you see these jewels that you be missing about life. Same thing what I tell you about Monopoly. When people be like, I ain't think about Monopoly like that until you told me.
Right.
They put that game in front of us, right?
Yeah.
But that game is really life. So if you want to teach your kids about buying land and buying property, start there. If you want to play with them in the house, that game Monopoly is real life. I'm just giving you things that is life. So now that you got the experience with H.O.P.O.N building businesses, you can go to any Fortune 500 based on what you know, and you will destroy you. Because why? You know how to do it. You in the trenches.
Right.
You know what it takes. You know what I'm saying? In the book, you don't get no experience. You just get the lingo of it.
Right.
Right? You get the lingo and the experience.
Right.
So you already that 300. They need to pay you the 300,000, King Shane, because look what you're doing now. You got all these vendors coming up, signing up, and trying their best to, show up and show out in this bad economy. We're in a bad economy right now. It's a struggling economy right now. So we just got to find a way in this economy to continue to help the vendors. And that's what H.O.P.O.N is.
Yeah.
That's definitely what H.O.P.O.N is, man. Like today is an awesome day to come on out at the vendor fair, 2323 Shadyside Avenue. We out there. The vendors out there. Yes. That's Black Wall Street at its finest. Please come on out.
1 to 6 p.m. You guys come and support our local Black-owned businesses. Our vendors are out here. Some was afraid of the weather, but some still show up. And I would just love for everybody to come and support the ones that did pull through for us today. So we are out here, 2323 Shadyside Avenue, Suitland, Maryland. We are here today until 6 o'clock. Come and get some food. Come and get some drinks. Our drink vendor is about to pull up. We have clothes vendor, shea butter vendor out there, crystal vendors. We have a little mix of it all today. And I would love to thank everybody everybody that came through.
Amen to
Y'all
that.
mean a lot to me.
And that's all about God because listen, without God, there's no us. And it's funny, we talking about the word for the day. You know, we always do the word for the we do
Yes.
the word for the week.
Word for the week.
And we talk about professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
All right, audience professionalism.
Yes.
You know, that thing there is very deep when you talking about that.
Yes.
So again, it goes back to patience for me. Professionalism. If you don't have patience, you're not gonna be professional. Patience can irritate your soul on every level. I don't care. You wake up on the wrong and you don't have the patience, you know, you're gonna yell at your kid for no reason. You know, there's so
Everything
many things
irritates
that
you.
affects you based on patience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if a client called you
Mm-hmm.
and you know something happened, you know, and you was off,
Mm-hmm.
your professionalism is gonna go out the door.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna try to stay professional and see what you're gonna remember saying. That right there, your mind is
Mm-hmm.
control your heart, so your intent
Right.
won't be in the right place.
Right.
You know what I'm
Even though
saying?
your mind is in the right place,
Yes.
it still might
Yes.
not come across that way.
There you go.
And I could speak from experience.
Yes. That's what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't get caught up in you know when it comes to professionalism. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it means communicate properly and always finding a way to be productive. Right. Right. So, you know, no matter what you do, you're not gonna please everyone.
Right.
But as long as you stay within your guidelines of what you put out there,
Right.
it's okay for someone to come back with something.
Right.
We don't have to match the energy with energy.
Right.
We're just saying this is our mission, this is our bylaw, this is what we stand for, this
Mm-hmm.
is us. And ever since we've been in business, you look at it,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna come across that and see that's a platform. That's what God called a stepping stool. You need that because of everybody coming on saying, ha ha, yes, hop on, hop on, hop on, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like, nah, we don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
I need that person to call me and check me to
Mm-hmm.
try to put me in place on some things that, you know, I might didn't do. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Then that's an eye opener to say, okay,
Absolutely.
let me get this right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Let me get this right. So, you know, professionalism, man, listen, do your best.
Mm-hmm.
All I say is do your best,
Mm-hmm.
right? And understand how God is working in your life. You know what I'm saying? That go for anybody out there. But when you with Hop On, that's big for us. You know, professionalism is big over here. You know, everybody not going to agree with us, King. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody not going to agree with what how we do things, King Shane. But I'm telling you first, if you don't agree with what I'm doing, won't you come over here and show me?
Right.
See, now that we taking this step
Right.
as Hop On to give out information and platforms to help, instead of saying what you saying, really come in and get the, you know, get the message of what we trying to give to you. We ain't trying to sell it to you. It's something that we already doing. We already living a life of doing this, creating
Right.
wealth for our families and
Right.
others, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we that's why we hold the vendor fairs at this particular spot because
Mm-hmm.
now we in the redevelopment stage of
Right.
it, so that these businesses can come on there and be a part of this
Right.
to show them what we doing.
Right.
You know,
As we're doing it.
right? You know, we ain't got no funding. You know, the funding come from us. We don't have no funding. It's monopoly. Remember I talked about the
Right.
game Monopoly?
Yeah.
So guess what? When we finish this, what we do, we refinance it out.
Right.
Refinance it out and go buy two more.
Right.
That's how the monopoly played. You take your money from this one, you pay it off, you go
Mm-hmm.
now you refinance, you take it out, now you
Mm-hmm.
buy two.
Mm-hmm.
So now that two, now you got three. Now them two is paid off. Once you develop them two, it goes up.
Mm-hmm.
So now you pull from them.
Right.
You pull from them and go buy you four.
Right.
That's how it works. That's monopoly without playing it. So yeah, today. Listen, thank God for today. Thank God for today. Again, the word is professionalism. Let's talk about it.
And professionalism can mean different things for different people. Webster got a official definition for it, but professionalism can mean different things to different people. So what may not be professional for you may be different for somebody else. But like Tub said, just try to be patient, be respectful, be open minded, and keep a smile on your face. It'd be hard sometimes.
I know for you. I know for you.
Okay.
I know for you. So listen, thank you all. We're gonna have our first vendor to come up and
Mm-hmm.
introduce
Mm-hmm.
itself to King Shan, because this is
Yes.
King Shan knocking us out the park, and we're gonna talk to the vendor and see, what inspired her to come out here to Hop-On's vendor
Yes,
fair.
we have Miss Miracle Harris, and her business is Miracle Moment Crystals. Hi, Miracle. How are you? I'm
Hello.
so pressed that you are here. Girl, I've been trying to get you here since May.
I know. I'm so excited.
I'm so pressed
Wow,
that you're here.
Miracle. Hi, Miracle.
Hello. How are you?
How
Miracle
you
with a
doing?
K.
Okay,
Government
now, no,
name.
hey, make sure you correct me, Miracle
Exactly.
with a K. Yes, yes. Thank you for coming out. We
Absolutely.
truly, appreciate your presence and
Yes,
everything.
and
Like,
taking the time out, even though the weather might have been crazy, I definitely appreciate you coming through today.
Definitely. I'm the only one out there with no tent, so it's fine.
it's
Make
okay.
it do.
The
We
weather,
always where we're
the
supposed to
weather
be.
gonna stand up.
Mm-hmm.
God gonna do His part for
Yeah.
you, and you already know it. So, again, state your name, your business,
Miracle
for us.
Harris. My business is Miracle Moments and Crystals.
Okay. Can you give us a little bit of information or insight on your business?
I am an energy healer
Mm.
slash crystal creator slash doula. So
Okay.
picture Erica Badu.
Ooh,
Yes.
Okay.
okay.
I just had my sixth baby last week, so I'm really excited about that. I have
Wow,
another one just signed up.
congrats.
So I'm really excited. My goal is to heal everyone that I can across the country. I have healed and sold to all 50 states, 11 different countries. I've been a motivator for other people, but it started out from my own personal healing. And
Amen.
it's all about perspective.
Mhm.
There's a way that we look at things where someone could be angry. You don't understand what that person is going through. Don't let it jump on you. You got to protect
Mm.
your peace at all times. A lot of times, as humans, and I don't believe in race. I believe in humanity.
Okay.
So as humans, we get so upset about things that we think is bothering us, and we don't see the bigger picture of why we should be learning from this. A lot of times we say, "Why is this happening to me?" That's the biggest
Why
part.
not?
Why is this happening to me? No, nothing's ever happening to
Me
you.
too.
You're not that special.
Yes.
It's always something you're supposed to learn from it. What should I learn from this situation? And that changed your mental, and that changes your life. You do the work to get everything you deserve. And I've been proving this for the past 2 years. I've had my business for 2 years because I did it myself 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I got online. I don't know, the universe pushed me online on Instagram. So I do have an IG live TV stream,
Okay.
and I talk to everyone. That's my free channel. And I got pushed in there talking about my healing, and people started writing me, telling me that I was helping them heal. And it was like, okay, well, I'm on to something. So a lot of people have been following my path for the past 2 years, and they have seen the different changes that I've been through. And I mean, genuinely, my whole entire family have changed from it. So,
Like I said, I follow you on Instagram, and I just love everything you do. Your spirit, everything about you just draws me to you. So whatever you're doing is working.
it
Definitely
is.
working.
That's incredible, man. Like, I love that when you talk about don't let somebody else energy jump on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep because most time that's what we do.
We do. Somebody could yell at you, or they could have a little attitude, and you think that you're helping them out by trying to put your judgment. No, let them go through what they're going through. We all have a journey.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I
Nobody's
needed you
journey is
earlier.
special.
And
I
like,
needed you earlier.
like you said, why not you though?
Ex-
Why not you though? What makes you different than me that you shouldn't go through something?
Exactly. We all go through
We're
something.
gonna all go through something. I'm telling you, if you live in life, you're gonna go through it. What God does is don't keep dealing with the situation the same way.
The same way. You have to learn from
You
it.
gotta
That's why I
learn
say,
from
what
it.
should I learn from this versus why is this happening to me?
And that's so big that you're saying that. Like, I love what you're doing because
Thank you.
the world need to know this.
Mm-hmm.
They need to talk to you because once it jump on them, they don't know how to get it off of them.
They don't. And it takes a lot, trust me. It was hard for me in the beginning. You lose a lot of friends. Genuinely, once you heal yourself, you lose a lot of friends. And then those not the people, but guess what? You surround yourself by the people that genuinely appreciate you, that add nurture and value to your life. Otherwise, I don't want them around me.
Please say that again. Clap again, audience. Yes, please, yes.
Yes,
Say
girl,
that
yes.
what you said is
just
government.
giving it to me right now.
I tell you, man, you cannot allow that on you. And you gotta stop allowing people to stay in your life that just shouldn't be in there. And it's okay.
Everybody teaches you something, whether they're gonna be there for the long haul or short run, but you have to learn from the
You gotta learn from it so that when you go into the next experience, it's a great experience based on what you.
Baggage.
And it's okay to say that I did that. It's okay to say I took out. Yes, it's okay to clean that basket out.
Absolutely.
And move on from it. Yep. Yes, preach that. Thank you. Preach it.
We definitely have to.
I'm on her side. I already know. I do want to ask you about your products, though. What would you say is your best selling product? Because I know what I got my eyes on the table. I know what I'm coming for.
Anything chakra, my chakra rings, my smoke rings. 420 killed me. The
Tiaras.
smoke rings and the tiaras and crowns. I've been doing a lot of custom wedding pieces lately. So
Okay.
we have a lot of Leo weddings happening. So I've been doing a lot of wedding pieces, the his and hers, hers and hers. I've been doing a lot of those.
Okay.
And it just makes me happy. I quit my job last year and retired at 34 just so I could fulfill myself into this.
Hey,
And
I'm trying to
it's
be
been
you.
fulfilling.
Yes. I love it.
Even if I'm up, I don't sleep at night mostly. So I'm up at 3 in the morning. The world is asleep, and I'm sitting there making a crown or making some jewelry. And that makes me so fulfilled. I don't mind sitting out there in the sun. I'm fulfilled doing it.
Wow. You really just educate us on a lot of things.
Yes.
And again, can you talk to the audience and tell them where they can find you at? You know, give them the platform.
You guys can find me easier. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, but you can find me on my IG at miracle at miracle.crystals. That's MIRAKLE.crystals. And DM me for orders. Each item is custom. So I don't have, this is the first time because I've been preparing for a store that wants to put my jewelry in their store. So this is the first time I have so many extra items, but everything is custom. I never had a chance.
Tiara you bought?
That's the only one I have here now.
I gotta get out.
But it takes me only 2 hours to make them. So if you want to order, hop in my inbox.
Okay.
And I can customize to your liking. No two items are ever the same. Even though I make the same necklace, it will never be the same energy. I make it for you. And they're all cleansed and healed. I stalked the moon. Like they all cleansed and healed and sage right before I left the house this morning.
Yes, man.
Well, I'm all about positive energy.
I mean, you married?
No, I'm not. I'm single. It's a lot to deal with.
When you do get married, I can imagine how he's going to be taken care of because you sound like a very submissive young lady and know how to take care of someone.
Yeah, I definitely do.
And I thank you for that. That king coming too. He's coming. Yes, he is.
Thank you for that. Actually, that affirmation. You didn't realize you helped me. I didn't hear that. I've been waiting. Like, where is he at?
Yeah. So again, we appreciate you coming through. We thank you.
Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you guys for having me. Seriously. And you was being so patient with me. Thank you so much.
No, life happens.
Exactly.
Period. And we will always work with you. Always work with you.
But before you go, I want you to know one thing that H.O.P.O.N we doing, what we're trying to do is one is build Black Wall Street by buying land and developing and helping developing, Black business owners as yourself so that we could then keep the money in the neighborhood. So it's just not building business, but building affordable homes, schools, financials, which is banking system. So just so you'll know what we're about, that's why we're going to stay connected to you.
Okay.
Because we're going to stay connected to you because we want to put you in your own storefront, sell online. We want you to do that, not just here in the DMV, but the next place we're going and the next place we're going, because people need to know that worldwide what you're doing. And so we want to at least be the first one to say we put you in that store and we gaining momentum with it, so we want to make sure that we stay connected.
Definitely. That's definitely my goal. I want a healing house. I want people to be coming, get their healing done.
Yes, I'm going to be there.
Jewelry. And then, yes, that's my goal. Is
wow.
to have a healing house. I don't want people I don't want to just sell jewelry. I want to just sell jewelry. They're all cleansed.
You want a whole experience.
I want a whole holistic experience where you come in and by the time you leave, you forget what you came
in
for.
Feel great. Yes. Just
let it
like
go.
you went to a spa.
It's like a healing spa. It's going to be a spa for your chakras.
Yes.
I
love it.
I'm visioning it already.
Yeah.
That's
I love it.
You're going to be great.
I love this.
You're going to be great.
Man, you're amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. We're definitely going to be out there to support that table, support you, and we're going to stay connected.
Thank you so
again,
much.
man, give her a clap. We thank her for coming through, supporting us.
Thank you.
And,
thank you, guys.
We'll be out there soon.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Yes. See, that's Black Wall Street right there. Healing. We all need healing. We definitely all need healing. So I know you trying to get yours. You're going to go out there and get you something.
I've been looking for not only the tea, but you know what? I might get that customized.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
But the ring, I done that. Hi, how are you?
Hi, young lady. How you doing?
Yourself, how are you today?
How am I today? I am awesome.
It's hot.
God is good.
All the time.
Yes, indeed. God is good. So who we have today?
My name is Monique.
Yes.
And I sell body butters.
What's the name of your business?
915 Butters Company.
How you doing?
How are you?
Finally get to meet you.
We've had a lot of online
back and forth.
Great back and forth. Y'all
Yes.
don't think it's negative back and forth.
Nothing,
But yes,
nothing negative at all.
finally,
The rain
nice to
finally-
meet you.
The rain finally let up.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're able to meet.
And I'm so happy that you are here. I want to
Wow.
thank every vendor personally for coming through because, some people were still iffy about the weather. So I definitely thank you for taking your time out to join us today.
Not a problem at all. Thank you.
Wow. So listen, can you give us, behind the story behind?
Me selling butter?
Yes. What made you do this?
Not a problem. To be honest with you, it was during the pandemic. Kind of bored at home, sitting and messing around, playing with different types of things. So I'm a darker individual.
Okay.
Let me say that much. So with me being a darker individual, it was kind of like certain lotions and different things didn't moisturize my skin the way that I needed it to be moisturized. So I'm in the house playing. I have a girlfriend that makes beard oils. So I
Okay.
kind of shifted off of her how she was doing it and was like, well, let me try something. So I went, purchased the products and everything and was in the house, playing around with it. I was like, wait a minute, it's not too bad.
Okay.
I can kind of maybe do
Right.
something with this.
Mm.
So after a while, after I guess playing in the kitchen for a while just to get the formula to where exactly I needed it, where it's not too oily, it's not too thick, you know, it doesn't overpower you with a smell because mine are scented butters.
Okay.
And so that the smell doesn't overpower the ingredients, don't overpower the smell. I played around with it for a while, and eventually I was like, I got it.
Wow.
So yes, so.
I love that. Don't y'all love that? When you could do what a factory do, and then it's like once you've done it so many times, because I have my own lipstick company, so trust me, I know the trials and error and how much money you spend trying to get it correct. But when you finally crack that code, it is everything.
It definitely is.
It's like hearing your first song on the radio,
Okay.
right?
You
hear me?
Because and what people fail to realize is a lot of people believe that entrepreneurship is something easy. Oh, I'm gonna make this product, it's gonna sell, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna have this. A lot of people have no idea of how you may sit in your room at night crying because you're like, it's not doing right. This isn't how I wanted it to look. It's not, and it's a lot behind it, and people just it's hard. So
Entrepreneurship. I love what you just said. Like what you just said was a lot of golden behind that. They think entrepreneurship is easy, right? Because they don't even respect it.
A lot of
People don't even respect it.
And then it's like people, okay, well, can you give me a discount for this? Can I get this? And you have to realize that first off, we're not rich,
Right.
so we are trying to build our business to where as though we can get to
Give you a
point
discount
where we're able to give discounts and things of that nature. Because I'm 100% sure that you don't walk in Gucci and be like, can you give me this for this? I knew you when you were small. No, I think it's a point of respect and just respect the craft that the individual is trying to do and how they're trying to do their craft in order to move forward.
Absolutely.
Our people, right?
Absolutely.
So that's one thing about H.O.P.O.N, what we're trying to do and give back. And that's one is teaching us. We got to teach these things because what you said again is a diamond in the rough. You're not going to go to Gucci. You're not even going to go to, Claire's or any of them places, Bath and Body Works, right? And say, let me get that for a discount, right? You might as well walk out the door. But we are so used to that where we sell our worth out.
Right.
Because once you do it, you sell yourself out. I want you to remember that. Stick to your program. Don't sell yourself out because once you do that to someone else, now someone else gonna come and test you. Now it's gonna be a subconscious thing. I did. No, you set your price, right?
Exactly, and they want it bad enough, they'll pay for it. I've learned down the line that if an individual wants it, then they're going to pay whatever price it is that it is.
Especially if it's good quality.
Yes.
Especially if it's good quality.
Well, most time, how you know if it's good quality or not, right?
You won't know until you try it.
Right, and that means
but that's
supporting
any
her.
Store.
But
that's any store.
But support her. It's a black entrepreneur lady with kids, family trying to create wealth for her kids, right? So listen, support her. If you her friend, pull up and support her. That's like it takes patience of being an entrepreneur, right? That means every day you got to get up and you got to find a way to bring money home. So that means you got to get out there every day. But I'm telling you, high risk, low reward. I'm going out there. So I want you to remember something with me. I'm an entrepreneur, right? But I ain't started in 2000. I started a long time ago. I ain't never had a job.
Hey, well, you doing something right.
All right, so remember this. I ain't went and got a paycheck. I've always been an entrepreneur.
You get a 1099.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm a 1099 myself though.
Yeah.
Because you create the business to run the business to pay you out that business.
Correct.
So I'm just telling you, I understand. I can tell you that it's a struggle. I got 8 kids, so I know I got to feed them 8 kids. Right? So every day I had to go out here and I had to find a way to bring it home based on my product or what I was doing. So I respect anyone that's at this table and believe in themselves, because it's believing in yourself, even at tough times, even when you feel like that light got to get turned off. Before I go work for the white man, I'm just being honest with you. I'm going to let the lights get turned off, and I'm going to wake up every day and I'm going to find a way to give it, because God say, listen, ask for it. Mm-hmm. Ask not, have not. Understand that. Ask not, have not. Go ask for it, and he's going to deliver it to you. Mm-hmm. So again, I thank you. So please tell me in the audience and King share, where can they find you at?
I can be found on Instagram at 915 Butters and Company. Also, my website through Shopify is 915 Butters and Company as well. You can Google that as well and find it.
Yes, y'all, please support these Black-owned businesses that is taking their time, money, and effort to come out here and provide us with products and services that's made for us. Because like you said, I went through the same thing with my lipstick and just trying to kind of figure out, with different lips, the shade don't come on, right, the coverage that you want. And versus me going to some place like, Alibaba, and them just selling me and I'm just smacking my label on it. I'm really trying to do it from scratch, handmade. Mm-hmm. So I understand the trial and error. I understand the money and the tears that go into it, but you are going to be great. Thank you.
I need to come.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'll be at your table. Thank you so
much.
Thank
you, young lady. Thank you
have
for
a great
support.
Day.
Yes, you too. Yes, see? That's what I mean, man. Listen, I love that. I just love what we're doing. I love the energy that people have. And
people are amazing. And that's one thing. That's why I'm like, y'all cannot sit up here and say all Black people have terrible customer service, because we meet, because me, you, and Miss Dion go out. We meet some amazing people.
Yes.
And like y'all said, we can't please everybody. You're going to always have that one person, but 99.9% of Black people that's in business that we met is absolutely amazing. Know how to carry themselves, very professional, know about their product. And that's what we're looking for.
Well, listen, Tub got work to do. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed this time with you. Mm-hmm. But, you have your compadre. He's standing over there like, man, listen, get on my seat. You know what I'm talking about? And we know who we talking about. Listen, listen, let me talk about my brother real quick. I'm going to bring him on how you supposed to be brung on. When you talk about the swag, 275 pounds, listen to me. Forget Gucci. Whoever got that brag with that money, you better clothe him. You know what I'm talking about? When you talk about getting that bag, he know how to get the bag. Look at the swag, the bag, and look at the muscle. You hear me?
Okay.
And he definitely got the hustle. You know what I'm talking about? So we talking about itself, tone, hustle, the swag, the bag, and the muscle.
But I'm going to introduce my partner.
Okay, we'll bring
the
your
way
partner
I like to do it. Come on, let's go do our handshake this time, and hopefully it'll work out. You in the interview spot. We got somebody next.
Okay. Man.
How is it out there? I see our vendors are finally going live with it.
It is.
You must have got on the mic and said something.
It's sweltering. Let's say that.
Okay.
And we're going to thank the rain gods for leaving us alone today thus far.
Yes.
And we just really appreciative of all the vendors that just decided to show up today.
Thank you.
Whether or not it's going to be rain, sleet, snow, what have you. They showed up. They showing out.
I'm so glad you said that, because I was thinking about that earlier. Like, businesses have their own set hours and days that they're open and operating.
They do.
And other than national weather advisories, what do you do in an instance that it might be raining? Do you shut your store down for the day? Like, this is it just piggybacks off of what you said. I just appreciate the people that, regardless of what they thought was going to happen outside, they still came through.
Well, I'm from a different school, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like in order to get where we want to get
Mm-hmm.
as a company, as in business, people need to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So that means putting yourself in those situations. It's not always going to be perfect weather outside. If you don't have a building for you and we're not ready to give you one, you got to be ready to come out here and deal with some element. You
Mm-hmm.
need to be prepared. You got to have the right size tents. You got to have your customer and
Right.
fan base
Absolutely.
ready to support you.
Absolutely.
So those
You're
are some big hot topics,
you're
pet
absolutely right.
peeves, and
Especially if
for me,
the information is out there a month before. It's no need to not have an 8x8 tent if you feel like you're gonna need a tent. There's no need to
yeah,
not have your tables and chairs. There's no need to not have your fan base or your customer base come out when you have a whole month ahead from the last event to plan. So
yeah.
you're
Also, I will
speaking
say
some good
I do
stuff.
understand that we have canceled a few events because of the weather. We
Mhm.
have,
Mhm.
but in the interest of everybody that's trying to hop on, I think it was just a good gamble to continue to come out today, and we just really paying attention to the people that showed up, and
Mhm.
are very appreciative of the people that showed up.
Yes, the party, the show, the vendor fair will still go on, regardless of who shows and who don't shows, regardless of the foot traffic. We are here to still give our vendors and the customers that did come through 100% the same experience we would get if it was 40 plus vendors out here and the parking lot was packed. We ain't
Yeah,
wavering on our customer service or what we're here for. We
because
definitely appreciate y'all for coming out today.
and that's the thing, whether it's 50 clients or whether it's one client,
Mm-hmm.
your service has to be consistent.
Absolutely.
So in order for us to show people that their service has to be consistent, our service has to
Has
be
to be
consistent.
consistent.
So
Absolutely.
I like
So
what we're doing.
yes, we
I,
came, we showed up, we showed
we
out,
showed up no matter what,
regardless.
in the rain, for the
Yes,
free 99
for the free 99.
for y'all.
So, y'all, please come out and support our Black business today. We have our third Poor Man Shark Tank Vendor Fair happening right now at
Trace
2323
Shady
Shady
Side
Side
Avenue.
Avenue, Suitland, Maryland, y'all, from 1 to 6 p.m. It is already 3:30, so just come out here the last 3 hours. Come and get y'all some, 2.5 hours. Come and get y'all some food, some drinks. We
Pop
got
out,
some
man.
edibles. We got some shea butter.
Pop
We
out.
got the crystals going on out here. Did our barbecue man come?
Hey, the young lady, Miss Savory,
Oh, Miss
Miss
Gina
Gina
Savory.
Savory.
I didn't get to get none yet. Oh, did she sell out?
Hey, hey, Miss Gina Savory has a beef brisket sandwich with the coleslaw on there. The mac and cheese extra super cheesy.
I'm trying to tell Frank let me go.
The rice got real rice in it.
Oh
You hear
oh
me?
my mother, I just whispered to Frank, can I leave?
Hey, Mama Gina is
Oh
definitely
my
doing something
gosh.
special out there.
I've been waiting to get her here because, like you said, we had two of our events. One got pushed back because of weather, and it was definitely legit a weather situation. And then July, they swore up and down. It was 80% chance of storms coming through, and it was beautiful outside. So this is why we wanted to kind of continue with today, and it just so happened to do the same thing. It's beautiful outside. We have a great day. It's hot. I'd rather be hot than cold. I'm a heat person,
So
born in the
my
winter, but I cannot stand to be cold. I can't stand to have layers on or none of that. So I sweat for it. I love it.
and we're gonna go into our another little on the fly segment that we were gonna do
What we
today.
gonna
We're gonna call this Tone's
do? Mm-hmm.
Business
Mm-hmm.
Buzzword.
Okay. Or professionalism, whether it's an accurate definition. So we would love to hear.
So my professionalism buzzword, how I feel about this word is, it's just not about what you see.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not about what's going on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
In order for you to have the correct type of professionalism,
Mm-hmm.
it starts in your back office.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give a shout out to the person that helps me be professional, Miss Toya Ball
Okay.
Frank Ball's wife.
TNT.
When I ain't say Toya Birch, I said Toya
Oh
Ball.
Lord.
Man, let me tell you, I just want to shout out her company, along with some people that work with our Hop-On situation like Dion. But as far as administrative and things that you need to do in your back office and the look and the touch and the feel that you need to provide a professional appearance to your clients, she is excellent with that. And that's what you need. I think, one, that's where professionalism starts. Your back office that needs to be together. Two, professionalism and appearance goes hand in hand. Now, I do not want, I mean, I understand it's a free world, but as a vendor, somebody is here to sell their product. I expect you to look, smell, and present yourself in a certain manner. Personal hygiene and professionalism go hand in hand. Appearance and professionalism go hand in hand.
Knowing your product, okay?
Knowing your product and professionalism goes hand in hand. And last but not least. Last but not least.
Gotcha.
Customer service and professionalism go hand in hand. And the last thing I want to touch on this too is we always forget this, but it's so important because I like to see a lot of foot traffic coming into these vendor fairs for these vendors to be able to eat and provide the services that they need to provide to
at least
get
the money back they invested in.
So marketing and professionalism go hand in hand. Like these things are so important. They are integral and valuable to your business.
Absolutely.
If you fail in any one of these areas, it's a great possibility that your business will fail. If you exceed in all these areas, there's a great possibility that your business is going to be successful. So,
but please more talk about
if you need
promoting.
to if you need to get your back office in order, definitely go holler at Miss Toya Ball or our own resident administrative assistant, Miss Dion. Please get your hygiene, your customer service, and your marketing in order before you step out here and show up. Come where another thing I always say to and they tell you, I tell these vendors when they pull up with these little attitudes, I say, young lady, where's your smile at today? Can you wear your smile like your clothes?
You have to realize that just like you're out here and you're hot, your customers is out here for you and they hot as well. They taking their time out of their day to pull up. Staff is here hot as well. And we're working for you, not against you. We're working for you. So you might be a little bit hot. You might be a little bit irritated. That's everybody. But customer service is playing the game and putting your poker face on, putting a smile on your face and selling your product.
Absolutely, man. We can't always control the weather, but we can always control what we do as individuals. And it's so important to push that professionalism piece at every aspect of your business. It's just super, super keen and important. Do we have anybody else to interview today? Are we bringing anybody else on?
We're done with our interviews today, so it's just us. It's
just us? They just get us today?
Yes.
Ain't y'all lucky? Ain't y'all lucky? So, if we're not interviewing anybody else,
ask Miss Dion?
I just talked about Miss Dion.
What, Miss Dion? What? Okay. Oh, so we about to go take a 5-minute break, y'all.
I don't know about a break.
We're wrapping it up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, but we're gonna wrap it up right after we talk about this uniform giveaway.
Oh yes. You want to do that? You want me to do that?
I like how you get
y'all,
it. Listen,
so let me tell
I like
y'all.
for you to get the people the information, and then I'll add on.
Okay, so y'all, we have our first annual uniform and backpack giveaway. This is happening August 21st from 1 to 4 p.m. 2323 Shadyside Avenue. You guys, we are giving away 500 uniforms. 200 backpacks filled with supplies.
Pause. You said 500 uniforms.
500.
500 uniforms.
500 uniforms.
You have any idea how many kids that's going to help? How many families that's going to help? That's huge, man. I didn't mean to cut you off though, but 500 uniforms is a lot.
500 uniforms.
We emphasize that enough.
500 uniforms.
500 uniforms.
Yes. 200 backpacks.
200 backpacks.
Limited amounts of cuts and styles from Unique Looks Salon and Barbershop.
We got 2 number 2 pencils.
You
we
lost
got
me.
more than that. It must be more than that.
We got more than that. We
Okay.
got food and drinks while last, and y'all just come out and have a good time. Come and get what you need for back to school. We are kind of catering to 4 schools in the area. Let me pull up the flyer and let you guys know what are the 4 schools that we will for sure have their uniforms.
And we are having some vendors here at this
Yes.
some vendors and some games. You know what? Since we said games, I'm bringing back some of the old school games that we used to play in school. So anybody see me, please challenge me to a pistol fight.
Suitland Elementary.
Sula Elementary, all y'all little kids, challenge.
Green Valley Academy.
Green Valley, challenge.
Bradbury Heights Elementary.
I don't want no problems with Bradbury Heights.
And Drew Freeman Middle School.
Drew Freeman, all y'all, challenge.
Yes. So come out, y'all. We are still accepting vendors. It is $25 to vend. Of course, it has to be family friendly, whatever you're vending. It's not our poor man Shark Tank, so we ain't accepting alcohol, edibles, and stuff like that. But if you have a different type of family oriented business, we would love to have you vend for $25.
We're looking for, like, let's say oils,
anything other than
shea butters, because we want to send the kids to school moisturized.
Just not, you know what
just
I mean.
Just not the off kilter,
Mm-hmm.
the off kilter one.
We also are looking for sponsors. If you would love to sponsor, sponsorship is $250, which include your vending space that is optional, but you will get your logo on the backdrop. You will get advertisement up until the day of. And we're also, if you cannot donate if you cannot vend or be a sponsor, we are also accepting donations of anything, whether it's money, supplies, shoes, anything that will help.
Time.
I was about to say, if you would like to come out and volunteer.
Donate your time.
Yes. So please
give your time to these kids.
Anybody is interested, please hit us up on Instagram at H.O.P.O.N with the dot in between each letter but the N, or you can hit us up on Facebook at H.O.P.O.N, all capital. Just tell us what you want to do. We will get you and put you on a flyer immediately. And yeah, come out.
So let's just paint the picture of how important it is for these kids to get these clothes, these uniforms. I'm gonna tell you what it meant to me. Like the night before the first day of school, let me tell you right now. If I wasn't getting new shoes, a lot of the times I did get new shoes, but if I didn't, my shoes was cleaned. My shoestrings was sitting in that bleach all night the night before. I want them to be nice and crispy white. All my clothes was earned out. All my clothes was earned. If I had a little few dollars in my pocket, I earned those too. I want them to be crisp. It's about the look and the feel. When you look good, you feel good, you study better, you perform better. And, we want all those kids that don't have the opportunity or just need that little extra help to have that feeling. Like, that's a wonderful feeling. Those backpacks. These kids just need help. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. It's a lot going on. People not working. People have lost their jobs. We just want to give back, whether it be money, whether it be uniforms, whether it be supplies, whether it be just your time. We really just want to give back to our community, and that's big for us.
So if you would like to donate, or if you would like to join as a vendor or as a sponsor, send your donations, send your deposit fee, send your sponsorship fee to $H.O.P.O.N1.
Suitland Elementary, Bradbury Heights Elementary, Green Valley Academy, and Drew Freeman Middle School. Bring your pencils. I'm challenging all y'all to a pencil fight. It's going down same day. We bringing back the old school games.
Yes.
Yeah, we gonna do it real big, but we're not gonna drag this thing out, man. It's always a pleasure to be up here with my beautiful co-host, King Shan with the plan, the Martian.
I lose Tone Hustle, the swag, the bag, and the muscle.
And the muscle. Don't forget about the bag and the swag. Yeah. But thank you all, man, for tuning into our H.O.P.O.N podcast. I'd like to thank our general, Tub. I'm Team Tub. I know you Team Tub. Business talk with Tub is a real thing. Pop on up to 2323 Shadeside Avenue and see all these faces on any day. And last but not least, let's talk about when our next vendor fair is going to be.
Okay, so our next vendor fair would be, I think, September 3rd. We always try to do the first Saturday of every month. So we don't have any flyers yet or anything set in stone, but we always aim for the first Saturday every month. So we're going to say September 3rd. Not really sure if we're going to do the 1 to 6 this time. I don't, we kind of,
Well,
So,
new guidelines
yeah.
and flyers will be sent out
Yes. So that would
really,
be our
really,
next
really
event.
soon.
And before I leave, I just want to thank the vendors that showed up one more time. Y'all are so appreciated. I appreciate y'all so much for coming through and everything. Shows integrity, shows character, shows who you are as a business person. And for me, as the business development specialist, it kind of makes my job a little bit
Shout
easier.
out to the community of Suitland for coming out and supporting these vendors also.
Yes. Okay, Tom. Yeah. You ready? You ready to wrap this up?
I think that's it for us.
Okay.
I'm gonna give y'all like 2 seconds to just stare at me though.
I'm hungry.
And that's all you
I'm
get.
about to go hunt down Mama
Thanks
Gina.
for coming out.